What is going on, ladies and genitals? YOTESLAYA here, bringing you another movie review Monday. I got some Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as the backdrop this time instead of Left 4 Dead 2. And welcome to another episode of Movie Review Monday. This episode, I'm going to be reviewing the new movie Contraband, which is out in theaters. Right away, I want to explain something real quick. I was going to do this movie review every Monday. But some of the movies you guys were requesting me to go watch for a review is not really suitable for children. And on the weekends, I have my boys. I'm probably not going to go watch those movies. So I'll probably do this every other Monday unless there's a movie I can take them to go watch. That I can't take them to go see a horror movie or something that's just ridiculous. So that's why it'll probably be every other Monday. But before we get into this, I'm going to go over a little, I'm going to read you the description off of the internet for this video. And then I'm going to tell you guys what I rate this video out of 10. If I think you should buy it, rent it, buy it once it's out on DVD, or go see it in the movie theaters, or just wait till Netflix, something like that. So right away, this movie is an hour and 50 minutes long. It is rated R. It is in the action / adventure / suspense / thriller category. It stars Kate Beckinsale, Mark Wahlberg, Ben Foster, Giovanni Ribisi, and Diego Luna. Now, it's rated 3 stars out of 5 on Google, like the little thing I'm looking at now. I do beg to differ in that, but before we get there, I'm going to read you their description of the movie. Chris Faraday long ago abandoned his life of crime, but after his brother-in-law Andy, which is played by Caleb Landry Jones, botches a drug deal for his ruthless boss Tim Briggs, Chris is forced back into doing what he does best, running contraband to settle Andy's debt. Chris is a legendary smuggler and quickly assembles a crew with the help of his best friend Sebastian to head to Panama and return the millions in counterfeit bills. So right away, this movie is about drug smuggling and stuff that goes bad. There's a lot of different movies out there where drug smuggling goes bad, and they either have a happy ending or everybody just gets knocked off. Now, I'm going to say right away, drug smuggling is never a good thing. So if you guys are into drug smuggling, you may want to get into YouTube for your YouTube money instead of these drug smuggling, because, it can be going good there for a little bit, but it's always going to go sour eventually, and people are going to turn on you and become your enemies. Your best friends are going to become your enemies. So I definitely don't recommend drug smuggling. But this movie starts off pretty fast-paced. I mean, not real fast-paced, but it instantly gets you into the action and really gets going really early on. It's not like your typical movie where you got 15 minutes to 30 minutes of a build-up period. It jumps in this right away with Chris's little nephew or whatever he was botching this smuggling. The drugs go bad, and it jumps into figuring out what they're going to do to get out of this sticky situation. So Chris, played by Mark Wahlberg, which had the old past of drug smuggling and crime. He starts racking his mind to come up with the plan of how to get his nephew. I don't know if it's his nephew again. Let me check that real quick before. It's his brother-in-law, Andy. Okay, I should have remembered that. But his brother-in-law, Andy, messes up this drug deal. So Chris, Mark Wahlberg, has to get him out of this trouble, because these dudes ain't messing around. They're wanting to kill him. They're wanting to torture him. They're wanting to do some crazy shit to this guy. So right away, Chris is looking into how he's going to get him out of the situation, and they start going through their plans and stuff like that. Overall, this movie, I really rate a 9 out of 10, a solid 9 out of 10. I would even push it as a 9.5 out of 10. It really keeps you on the edge of the seat, especially when they start getting into their plans of what they had going. As stuff starts to unfold, where they're starting to get busted here and there, it really goes behind the scenes. It's one of those movies where you just know they're going to get busted in one situation, but behind the scenes, they have already planned this out. Of course, it doesn't show that. It leads you, it builds up that anticipation that they are going to get busted, and really keeps you on the edge of the seat in that manner, because you don't realize that they already had this planned out. They already got it taken care of, and when the time comes when they do, it does unravel, and you're like, dude, they're busted. The plan's already been taken care of, man, and it's a really good movie. I literally got caught up in this movie wondering and was worrying about the family of Chris and these drug smugglers, because they're the typical. They had the old crime scene era thing. They were into crime, drug smuggling back in the day. Their buddies kept going. We've all got buddies that do things that you wish they hadn't, wish they wouldn't do. And you got to help them when the time comes. They're like family, man. You got to help them get out of the situation. But you feel for the guys as they got a wife and kids back at home and stuff like that, and they're doing this to help out family. And you really start to feel for these dudes. You really start to feel for the family more than you do the people in the movie, just because you wouldn't want that to happen to anybody. But I'm gonna say now, if you're in the life of drug smuggling, it's bound to happen, and these dudes they don't mess around. Think of all the times on the news when you hear of all these drug cartel like beheading people, leaving them on the streets and stuff like that. You get what you pay for, man. If you're going to live that lifestyle, you got to, be prepared for the risk and the things that could happen to you. But like I said, I rate this a solid 9 to a 9.5 out of 10. It's definitely a lot better than the Devil Inside, the movie I reviewed last time. But it had all these different categories it was, put in. The action, adventure, suspense, thriller. It really does touch base on all those. There's a little bit of fighting scenes with guns and stuff like that. The adventure, you really do feel adventurous because they go to Panama to, return with millions in counterfeit bills and all that stuff. The suspense, it really does keep you on the edge of the seat. Thriller, I don't really see how it could be a thriller because it's not scary at all. But the suspense does, I think it fits in the suspense category more than anything because you're wondering what's going to happen next. You're wondering how they're going to get out of this and how they do. And it is a very good movie. Now, I like Mark Wahlberg. He's one of my favorite actors. Every movie he's ever in is always a good movie. I think. You may disagree with me, but I think he's a pretty good actor. And he really fits the role of this because he's got like that Jason Bourne type look to him. He's an overall badass, man. Dude's got like a 29-inch penis, I heard. I don't know if that's true or not. I think he actually came from like dancing background. Like he used to be in like Paula Abdul dancing videos or something. I don't really know. I don't know that much about him. I just know he's a good actor. What is this? I got a Moab and a movie review Monday on Dome? Are you kidding me? But I really enjoyed this video, man. We'll get into the rate. We'll get into my rating of if it's a go to the movie theater and watch this, a buy, a rent, or wait till it's on Netflix. I really don't see the problem on spending $12 to $15 or whatever it is in your area to go see this in the movie theater. It is a very good movie. Now, if you don't want to spend 12 to 15 bucks on going to rent a movie when you could just wait and spend 20 to buy it, by all means, it's definitely worth buying in my opinion because 20 bucks isn't too bad. And it's an excellent movie. Of course, if you wanted to rent it, you could. Netflix, if you want to wait till it's on Netflix, you could. But I'm saying this is one of those movies where I would not have a problem, and I may even eventually do this. When I see it on the shelves at Walmart, I may pick this up for $20, $15, whatever it is to buy a DVD nowadays, because it is a very good movie. And like I said, it does keep you on the edge of your seats in this drug smuggling scenario. And, it's getting all the families involved. Everybody that's involved with these guys is involved in this one way or the other. Not really working on the drug deal and smuggling, but they're being affected by this, whether it's drug cartel coming after them, whether it's, the captain of the ship being played and you don't realize that he doesn't realize all this is going down on his boat. Stuff like that, I think it's an amazing movie. So I definitely recommend going to buy this movie or rent it or whatever you want to do. Feel free to do this because it is an excellent movie. So now's the time to leave. I hope you enjoyed this review. Now, I thought about doing a video response to these where I do go into spoilers and ruin the movie in case you guys wanted to see that. Leave that in the comments if you guys are interested in that. I still don't know if I want to spoil the movie. I hate when people spoil it for me. But, if you guys want to see it, I will. But leave in the comments now what movie you want to see me do for the next movie review Monday. I got a lot of requests to go see the movie. What is it called? It starts with another C. I can't think of what it's called, but it's where the dudes move stuff with their mind. Some people wanted me to go see Sherlock Holmes, the new Sherlock Holmes. So leave in the comments what you want to see me do. I'll watch that. I'll review it for the next movie review Monday, and I will let you know whether it's worth spending your hard-earned money on this or just waiting till it's out on Netflix or something like that. So yeah, leave in the comments now what movie you want to see. If it's not out yet, don't bother leaving that. Wait till it is out on theaters, because the other movie that starts with the C that my mind is just like blown right now, is not out yet, and so I was wanting to see that. I actually looked up like trailers and stuff on it, and it looks pretty badass. So make sure the movies are out before you request me to go buy those movies, pretty please. And if you do have a children's movie, by all means do that. I will do that and take my boys and we'll go watch that movie and do a movie review Monday. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed the surprise Moab here on Dome. Next week or next movie review Monday, I may bring back some Left 4 Dead 2 gameplay for that. I don't know what games you want to see in the backdrop of this, guys. Let me know in the comments. But as usual, guys, please remember to rate and subscribe. Yodi signing out.